Tony, welcome to go.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
I gotta pat you down though, pal.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Got anything on you? Anything I should know?
I got nothing.
Anything weird going on?
What?
All right, you go in, Tony. Good.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Tom Kelly of The Tom Kelly Show. Yes, this is not the only time I've gotten on my knees in the back room of a comedy club.
The Knock 'em Dead Comedy Radio Show is also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. Give Two Eagles Auto Body a call and please ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. That's 516-328-2527.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony on the Knock 'em Dead radio show. They're gonna keep knocking 'em dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, that Knock 'em Dead Comedy Radio.
Hey, Tony, you're not funny, and you probably shit yourself a lot, and you're no fun to be with, and you don't make that much money, and you're not going anywhere in show business, and I hope you get hit by a bus.
They suck.
Telling all your friends the party never ends. Knock 'em dead. Knock 'em dead. Comedy show. They suck.
Okay, hi everybody. Welcome to the Knock 'em Dead Comedy Show. Happy Monday to you. Of course, I'm having technical difficulties, so we're going to get right into this. And we have Got You Covered is here, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey guys.
We got Danielle, we got Dave, and of course Frank is here. We're going to get right into this and let them do a song because I need time to do more stuff. So they're just going to play a song for us and get us going.
Okay, I'll tell you
Go
what.
for it.
How about When Will I Be Loved?
Sure.
Nice.
Let's do it.
All right. It's there.
Yep.
Ready?
Always.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I've been cheated, been mistreated. When will I be loved? And I've been put down, and I've been pushed round. When will I be loved? When I find a new man that I want for mine, it always breaks my heart in two, and I bounce every time. And I've been made blue, and I've been lied to. When will I be loved? When I find a new man that I want for mine, it always breaks my heart in two. It happens every time. I've been cheated, been mistreated. When will I be loved? When will I be loved? So tell me, when will I be loved? Woo!
It's always a fun one.
That's a wake up.
Oh man.
Keep going. Keep going.
Keep going. We got plenty.
All right. I got an idea. Frank, you can play along with me and Julio.
Okay.
Hey.
In key bag?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me get my pick. Hold on.
Let me get my whistle ready.
I'll catch up. Go ahead.
Mama John rolled out of bed. She ran to the police station. When Papa found out, he began to shout. Started the investigation. It's against the law. What's against the law? What the mama saw was against the law. Ooh, mama looked down, spit on the ground every time a name gets mentioned. Papa said, oh, if I get that boy, I'll stick him in the house of detention. Well, I'm on my way. I don't know where I'm going. I'm on my way. I'm taking my time, but I don't know where. Goodbye, Rose, the queen of Corona. Send me and Julio down by the schoolyard. Me and Julio down by the schoolyard.
You know, when I was younger, my family used to whistle all the time, and I never really thought I was going to need it.
I can whistle, but never on a mic.
Never on the mic?
Never on the mic.
It radiates better on the mic.
I can't whistle.
You can't whistle?
Don't hurt yourself.
All right, well, welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Knock 'em Dead Comedy Show here on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. Gov's Comedy Club Podcast, the YouTube channel, the Facebook feed. We appreciate you watching. If you're going to comment this morning, please do so on the YouTube feed, especially if you'd like to request a song or something and you want to say hi. We have Dave and Danielle from the band Got You Covered hanging out with us today, and Frank is here. Thank you guys for coming in today.
Our pleasure.
And of course, we thank you for your patience as you guys were here a few weeks ago, and we weren't able to do the show because, just like right now, having all sorts of technical difficulties. But again, we do appreciate your patience and you guys hanging out with us today. Let's see. I'm just doing some last minute stuff here, and I'm almost set. Okay. Getting there. All right. So I'm going to start with. You know what I'm going to start with? First of all, how was everybody's weekend? Everybody's
Amazing.
good?
It was really good.
Did you guys have a gig anywhere? Or?
Let me see. Yeah, well, yesterday we played at the Village Lantern. Actually, we're there every Wednesday and a lot of Sundays. So
where is that?
That is in Lindenhurst on Wellwood Avenue. It's a wonderful place, a nice German restaurant. And
play there as a trio, so we have our keyboard player.
Yeah.
Nice.
Stu Waters plays with us regularly.
It's a great time. It's such
Very
a fun
nice.
place.
Now, and what were you saying before? There was a lot of talk going on before we went on the air, and I took my notes. Did you
I
say?
should have shut up.
Oh no, it's all good. It's all it gives me stuff to talk about. Did you say today's a Jewish holiday?
No, but one's coming up.
Okay.
On Tuesday night, and actually this happens to me often.
Yeah.
Because I'm an observant Jew, so
Right.
the high holidays, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Passover, and the one coming up is called Shavuot, and
It's
that's
called what?
Shavuot, which means weeks. Because there's 7 weeks between Passover and this holiday.
Okay.
And that is the holiday that commemorates the Jews receiving the Torah on Mount Sinai. So that's one of the 3 big ones that we have. So.
Oh, okay.
So
Interesting.
we'll be off on Wednesday from
We
the
are off.
Lantern.
Yeah, and I've got
Sad.
somebody subbing for me at Amalfi on Tuesday night.
All right.
I don't know what am I gonna do. What am I gonna do with myself on Wednesday?
In key.
Sleep. Yeah.
In key. Now let me ask you, Dave. What's the story here? All right, so Got You Covered is here. That's the name of the band. Got You Covered is a Long Island-based band playing many venues, concerts, restaurants, private parties, large outdoor shows, and more. They perform as a solo act up through a 6-piece band, which Danielle mentioned a second ago, rotating members. But before I get into that, Dave, you're the leader of the band, and you've performed across the country since the mid '70s, starting in Los Angeles. Mm-hmm. So give me some history here. You're from Los Angeles?
Oddly enough, no. I'm actually from New York. I grew up here till I was 16.
Oh, okay.
Then my dad got a position as a rabbi in Beverly Hills, California. So we moved there in '72. And I was going into 11th grade at that point, and that's when I met my lifetime best friend who passed away about 6 years ago. Violin player, bass player, keyboard player. He needed more arms because he would sit with his bass in his lap, keyboard in front of him, and the violin over here, and he'd go back and forth.
Wow.
Amazing guy, David Bloom. So I met him in high school, and then I started playing music for Jewish youth groups. And I did that a lot. A group called NCSY, the National Conference for Synagogue Youth. And this would be teenagers who would get together. You'd have a few hundred to 1,000 teenagers for a weekend. And we would play Israeli and Hebrew liturgical music, all rock and rolled up. And,
nice.
and basically you're looking at a crowd going crazy. And they had a great time. It was a great program. And there were chapters in LA, in San Francisco, San Diego, and then we started getting brought out to places like Cleveland, Detroit, Phoenix, Columbus, Ohio,
Wow.
then in New York, and then down in Texas. I lived there for 10 years. I was a school principal for a long time.
Oh, no
And
kidding.
So we bounced around quite a bit and did a lot of that.
Wow.
And then we did the wedding and bar mitzvah gig that grew out of it.
So so this was like a full-time gig?
No, always part-time.
Oh, really?
Always part-time.
So you were traveling all over the country like that, but it
mostly
was
weekends.
Right.
Mostly weekends. I'd take off on a Thursday night or something like that, and I'd be back on Sunday evening and ready to work on Monday. God help us.
Wow. And a high school? Did you say a high school principal? Is that what you said?
Actually, I was a day school principal in El Paso, Texas.
Okay.
For 10 years, and I was in Dayton, Ohio, for 4 years. That was a pre-K through 12, and then I was in Agoura, California, for a few years, and then we moved here in 2005.
What brought you back?
My parents were getting older,
okay.
And I figured.
Oh, so they were back here too.
Plus, so much of my family was here.
Right.
We were kind of out there. They moved back after a bunch of years and stuff like that. But
that's right. That just goes to show you that this is the best place in the world.
You know what? And that's an interesting thing, because people in LA would say, "You're moving back to New York. Those people are such assholes, and they're so mean and into themselves." And I said, I came here, and I didn't remember that from when I was a kid. But then when you're a kid, you don't remember that stuff. Totally wrong. Totally wrong. People in California sit behind their lawns are way in front of them, and they're way back here. I love to sit on my front porch, and people walk by. They say hello.
Sure.
You know what? People have an edge in New York. That's fine.
Yes.
The edge isn't mean.
Right. I agree.
The edge isn't mean, and I really like the people here.
Yep.
And so, totally flip.
In my opinion, I mean, seems like you've been around a lot more than me, but it does seem, though, that like I don't see any more or any less assholes anywhere else than I do here. There's definitely an edge, but they're not any better or worse elsewhere than here.
New Yorkers speak their mind quicker, and those in California tiptoe around what they're saying a little bit more. But
I find that more fun, to be direct and to the point and just throw it out there. Right?
It saves a lot of time and a lot of aggravation. You know where you stand. I like that.
I find it fun.
I'll bet in your business, absolutely.
Well, yes, that's for sure. So you ended up back here, which is fantastic. And how did the band get started?
Okay, so oddly enough, I didn't play music for probably 10 years.
Oh, no kidding.
I was the operations director for a Jewish camp up in the Poconos for 6 years. So I did that full all year round, not live there all year round, but you got to prepare the bunks and things like that.
Yeah.
So we had an office in Brooklyn, but I mostly worked out of the house and was there in the summertime. And then in 2011, I got a job working at HAFTR, it's the Hebrew Academy of the Five Towns in Rockaway, as the IT coordinator.
Oh.
I did that, but in 2015, I think it was, my youngest son, Ben, decided he wanted to play violin. All my boys play.
Okay.
John and Ellie play guitar really well, and Ben wanted to play guitar really well. He
wanted to, yeah.
And you know what?
Just got that.
And he played with us, and I love him. He didn't have it immediately.
So now he's got the tambourine.
But no. He said he wanted to learn how to play violin.
Right.
And I knew this place around the corner called the Creative Corner, and it's in West Hempstead. If you have a chance to go down there, they're amazing people. I just got to say that.
Very nice.
Harry Baldino runs the place, and they have art classes, they have vocal instruction, they have
nice.
everything. He works with special needs kids. This is a plug for you, Harry, because you really deserve it. And so I went to Harry and I said, "Hey, can you give me a teacher for him?" And I told Ben, "I'm going to rent a violin by the month. And every month that I see you actually doing
Are you all right over there?
I was going to go down that fast.
But
that was
very cute. Yes.
But that was on purpose? You meant to do that?
I feel much better now.
I felt really tall. Just wanted to be on the same level. Okay.
I used to be tall. It's okay. But
she always do that? Steal your spotlight?
I do weird
like that?
stuff.
She's-
you know
Oh,
what?
did?
She's much prettier than I am. That's fine by me. So Ben started taking lessons with a guy named Ryan Kloss, who's an amazing teacher.
Son of Santa.
And
Sorry. Sorry.
Claus. You know, it never came to mind. When I see him next time, I got to jingle something in front of him. And he's a great teacher. And Ben was there one Monday night, and he said, "Listen, Harry said they have an open mic, and you got to come down and listen and play." So I said, "Okay." I haven't picked up my guitar in public in 10 years at that point. So I brought my guitar down and I sat and I listened, and I didn't play that night. And then I came back, and a couple of weeks later, I'm running the open mic.
Oh, wow.
And I did that for 4 years. And in that time, I went to a bunch of open mics, and I didn't really do any gigs. But within that time, I also met Frank over at Eleanor Rigby's, because one of the people over at Creative Corner said, "Hey, Alyssa Tiempo."
Yes, that's it.
Tempio, I think
Tempio,
it was.
right.
I'm sorry. Said you should check out Eleanor Rigby's, as Frank Walker runs a great open mic, and so I met him over there, and I met different people here and there, and eventually the first thing I really did was I got together with some folks, and I love James Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely love James Taylor.
Yep.
And we
Who
decided
doesn't?
to do
That's great.
a tribute band, well, a cover band. I learned the difference between a tribute band and a cover band. A tribute band looks and sounds and dresses exactly like the people they're trying to tribute. And if you've noticed, James Taylor is a foot taller than me. So I can't even try to get away with that.
You almost have a Jimmy Buffett thing going on with that shirt, but
yeah, something like that. Well, I always hope for summer. So
yeah, I hear you.
But so we have a James Taylor cover band, and I spent a lot of time before we even pulled it together trying to learn what he does, and in the style that I play. I don't finger pick really. I Travis pick.
Right.
But I got close.
Okay.
Close. He's incredible. And,
Oh, yeah.
And then, so we started doing libraries. A shout
Right.
out to the Carpentiers, because I went to one of their library shows to see exactly what they do at a library. Because I've never heard of libraries having shows before.
Oh.
Long Island has it. I've never seen it anywhere else.
Yeah, I forget who. Somebody else mentioned that to me, that it's different here with the libraries. I mean, and that's only been maybe the past 25 years or so, with every single library on Long Island has this great big auditorium with these beautiful stages.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That wasn't always the thing here. But
Recently are building them up more and
Yes.
more.
COVID,
Yeah.
I think they got money during COVID, and some of them either redid their entire Oceanside. I think redid their building completely.
Oh, yes, they did. I know the guy that's in charge over there. Tony is his name. Yeah. Yeah.
Because we did an Oceanside library show, and we did it in a synagogue because their building was not
Right.
functioning. So, so I went to a Carpentier show at the Rockville Center Library, and I watched, and I sat with a notepad, and I wrote down every song they did, and they talked about stuff in the middle, and I got an amazing education from Henry and from Christy. It was, and they were so nice and explained what they do and how they do it, and then we put together what became Copperline, which was the name of the band earlier, and then I found out that you pigeonhole yourself if you become a tribute band or a cover band, because you're not really playing all this other stuff that you like to do. So I added in some Carole King and some Carly Simon and things like that. And it's even before we met Danielle.
Right.
And after a while, you know, I changed to the David Lamm Band at some point, and then I pushed that aside because you know, I'd rather there be another name or something like that. So it kind of went that way.
You know, I'm surprised though, because I would think people would hear the David Lamm Band and they just know that's the James Taylor cover. I'm kidding.
Thank you. You all heard that, right?
Then Danielle, how did you fall into this?
How do I fall into this? Oh man. Well, when I was younger, my parents used to sing a lot in church, and I was that classic teenager who sang in front of their mirror a lot of the times, right? To everything, and I thought I was like, this is what I'm gonna do one day. So eventually, 5 years ago, because it took that long, I met somebody else, Harry, and I was playing in a open mic. And that's when I first met Dave.
Oh, okay.
And then
At
after
Connolly's,
that,
I think it was in Rockaway.
Oh,
right,
sure,
in Far
yeah.
Rockaway. And then we played at a few other shows together, I believe.
For Harry, yeah.
Right, for Harry, out in
Rockaway
Long Beach and Atlantic Beach Club and all of those places. And then COVID hit, and we decided to keep going virtually from the basement to do
Yeah,
virtual
yeah,
shows, which was awesome.
We did a show from I had a studio in my basement, and we actually did shows. I ran open mics online from the basement.
How did that phone call go? Hey, Danielle, you want to come to my basement?
He said, "You want to come to my
Sure,
basement?"
you jump right on that one.
Let me ask your wife. Hold on.
Well, first you got to ask the wife.
I gotta ask the wife first.
So did you say 5 years ago?
Yeah, like
you,
5 years
You were
ago.
not singing
I
before
wasn't
that?
really singing. I
Why is
wasn't
that?
singing at all. I was very nervous.
The hell we-
I never really
really?
had the opportunity to do much. Like when I was singing in church, that would have been what that was, and there was no.
She's
there was
being
no
modest.
chance. I am being a little modest.
Yeah,
but-
she was a voice contestant.
Oh.
I did try out for The Voice. Was it that 5 years ago? I think it was 5 years ago. I made it to the second round in Boston.
no kidding. Wow.
That was fun.
Yeah.
I had about 5 songs set up, and of course, my first song was "Oh Darling" by the Beatles.
Oh, wow.
I thought it went pretty good. Apparently, they didn't really, and that's fine. They said, "Look straight ahead at this box and don't move, and keep your eyes open." And of course, me being me, I was like all over the place.
Right, keep
and
your eyes
immediately-
open.
Yeah, it's
Keep
Have
my
they never
eyes
seen
open.
a singer before?
No, just don't, stare straight ahead. And I'm thinking, I can't do that. I
Right.
can't even keep my eyes open for more than 5 seconds when I'm singing.
Wow.
So it was like, oh, it's a no. And I'm like, I have 4 more songs. Can I try one more? No. I was like, no. But I drove all the way here from Long Island.
Right.
Please.
Damn you, voice.
Damn you, voice people.
What were the other songs you had planned?
I had Runaway by Bonnie Raitt. That one. Oh,
Yeah.
What else did I have? Now I don't even remember. I had some stuff by one of my favorite singers is Joy Williams. I absolutely love her. She's
I
like,
love Joy
do
Williams.
you really?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes,
I'm
I
not
do.
with any-
We should do
many
that. Trouble with
people.
Wanting.
Trouble with Wanting we have.
Yeah.
And so I had some of her stuff, but
And the Civil Wars tunes?
the Civil Wars.
Yeah.
John Paul White.
Yeah.
That's right.
Wow.
I love them.
I've never met another Joy
Oh.
Williams fan.
I'm obsessed.
I'd never
Really?
heard of Joy
Yes.
Williams.
Yes, that's right.
She introduced me.
And then he's like, fine, let's learn a song. We'll do The Trouble with Wanting. I'm like,
And that song she does with Paramore.
what is the name of that song?
Something
I forgot.
with Heartbreak.
I forgot. You're right.
But
And I
that,
actually
that
recently.
sounds like Fleetwood Mac to me when I hear that. I'm like, this song. I don't know why everybody doesn't. How that
Yeah.
song was not like a big smash.
Right.
Wow.
Well,
Very nice. So, what's your daytime day job? Bro?
I work at the Veterans Home in Stony Brook as a nursing assistant.
Oh, very
Yes.
nice.
So I take care of 10 very sassy, fun, and crazy men who have a lot of stories to tell. And I do that from like 7 to 3:30, and after that, I go right to singing.
Plays with other crazy men.
Plays with other crazy men.
Yeah, there's a pattern
Lots of
here.
men.
A lot of jokes too. My head is going through overload right now.
Yeah, well, they come out at night.
Yeah, I don't wear diapers. It's okay.
But yeah, so I do that, and gonna go back to school for nursing, but always
Oh, okay.
gonna
Very
sing.
nice.
No matter what.
But is that really what it was? That's why you didn't start singing out until 5 years ago? You were nervous?
Really, I
Really?
don't know if the opportunity presented itself. I can't really remember why, but I was always very nervous to get up in front of people. I had to like push myself to be like, people want to hear you. It's okay.
Yeah, of
You're allowed
course.
to go and sing. Everybody else is doing it.
That's right.
Stop. Stop being nervous.
And the first time I heard her when we were at Connolly's, she came with Harry, and I went down there with my bass player at the time,
Right.
Steve Sanablo, and we introduced and stuff like that. And they get up. Harry got up with Danielle and sang. And I said, okay.
It's an Angel from Montgomery. I
Oh,
remember.
nice.
Whoa.
Good tune.
And that was great. And then Harry needed a guitar player, so he had me join, because Steve played with him also.
Right.
So I played with them on some, and Harry's a wonderful guy.
He is.
He's a good promoter.
Absolutely.
He's a nice player. I think he missed the boat on the fact that he did not utilize her enough. During COVID and with the basement stuff and things like that, I also had been playing at Baccaro for quite a bit.
Right.
Tommy over there gave me a lot of gigs, duos and things like that. And when COVID started allowing places to open up, he called me up and said, "Hey, you want to start playing again?" I said, "Yeah, I'd like to bring this girl singer along." And so we did a gig outside. I brought my own little tent, and they had the outdoor tent, and it was
That's right.
boiling.
Oh my gosh, it was so
And
hot.
we knew about 15 songs together. We worked up some stuff, and that was our first gig, not part of Harry. And from there, we did some more at Baccaro, and then it moved from there.
Yeah.
But wow, that one time I heard her at Connolly's. I live on Colonies. So I shouldn't have said that.
Just give the number now.
The number. Let me give the number out. I don't have the graphic up. 516-465-3990 if anybody wants to call in and request a tune. John Rusciello, wow, get tuned in. I couldn't find you till... I'm assuming your sentence is saying, wow, get tuned in. I couldn't find you until now. Sorry about that. Yeah, having technical difficulties this morning to get us started, but we're here, and we're glad you're here. And Frank from Seconds Out is watching. He says, good morning. Any Genesis fans by any chance here?
Yeah, okay.
That's all. That's all.
That's
all.
all.
A good song.
That's a great song. That's Frank Cafora. He's the drummer of a band called Seconds Out. They're a Genesis tribute band. They're
I
fantastic.
think I know their lead singer, Mike Delmonico.
Sure. Frank, is that your lead singer's name? I have no idea.
Frank Delmonico. I met him when he was running an open mic. What was the name of the place? It's also on the water during COVID. And it was one of those outdoor places where it's on the water, but there's plastic all around it.
Yeah, right.
And you sort of freeze. And
yeah, right.
I did hear the band online. They sounded great.
Yeah,
they sounded great.
They're fantastic. Yes, Mike is the lead singer, so we got the right guys.
All right, perfect.
Yeah.
Oh man, now they have your address.
Yeah, right.
I didn't give them the number.
516-465-3990 is the phone number. Forgive me, I'll get the graphic up next when they sing a song again, because I was having all sorts of issues this morning. Still having some issues, but we're on and we're running and we're happy everybody's here. You ever do a gig and like you see students from a school like that's happened to you?
Oh boy, yeah. Occasionally we play at Bagel Boss in Hewlett. Now, it's not a great paying gig.
And I can't imagine
and play
they're really,
a bagel store.
Yeah, are they really rough? Like you're throwing bagels out to the crowd. They're all moshing around their
first time I did it, I got a lot of laughs. It was wild. The first time I did it, I got a lot of laughs, but I'm in a unique position where I really cannot. I observe the laws of kashrut. I'm kosher. I will only eat kosher food.
Okay.
And a lot of my friends are the same way, which means most of them won't be showing up at Bacaro and Village Lantern and so on and so forth.
Right.
Bagel Boss in Hewlett, however, does. They have kosher food, which means I was able to invite all of the teachers at the school and so on and so forth that could come down, or the community of West Hempstead where I live, I can blow that stuff out.
They definitely came down. It was a packed place.
We've played there like 3 or 4 times. We packed the place, and I didn't play any Hebrew music because that's not what I was into. I've done years and years of that, and it wasn't all that interesting to me. It felt a little odd, but yeah, and they have some good bands. Every Saturday night, they start their shows after the Sabbath ends.
Oh,
okay.
Yes.
And
which is what, sundown?
Nightfall, but but it changes all through the year because day and night fluctuate from winter to summer and so on and so forth.
Our last show was from 10 to 1 a.m.
Oh, no kidding.
That was pretty.
Look at you guys,
crazy.
Dirty stay-outs.
There we go.
Crazy. Oh yeah.
Wow.
You asked about kids showing up. So
right.
I've had a lot of my students walk in and say, "Rabbi Lamm?" I'm a rabbi,
Right.
and they started dancing around. It was really neat because they did not expect to see me because we're not on the same social media stuff. I certainly hadn't texted them or anything like that. I mean, they're such wonderful kids, but all of a sudden, a bunch of them are coming in, doing a double take.
Right, that's got to be weird. Yeah. My wife's cousin. That's him, Don. His brother Greg was a high school teacher, and he was once in an Ozzy concert. And there he is, watching Ozzy, and all of a sudden he looks to his right, and there's a couple of his students there. He said it was a strange. Don, I don't know if Don, if you're still watching, I saw you were before, but did you guys end up leaving the concert because you felt so weird about it? It was something weird like that. So I was looking at doing my research of you guys and the band. So and you guys have a list of different artists that you guys cover. Queen, Bonnie Raitt, Chris Stapleton, Alison Krauss, Allman Brothers, Doobie Brothers, Eagles, Simon & Garfunkel, Beatles, Dylan, Chicago, Creedence, Fleetwood Mac, Elton John. The list goes on and on. It's all your classic rock bands, basically. But then I see Matchbox 20, Lifehouse, Blind Melon. Like, is that you?
Let's bring in a little bit of the
Danielle and my daughter. Danielle and my daughter. They haven't talked about it, but we figured, okay, we got to get beyond the 1900s. Okay, so we got.
Why?
Because I want to be a little bit diversity. Is that the word nowadays?
Inclusive.
Inclusive, yeah.
Creedence Clearwater Revival, Chicago, Bob Dylan, Beatles, Simon & Garfunkel, Lifehouse,
And then Lifehouse, which he does very well, by the way.
You all right? You don't have to tell me, but I'm going to ask anyway. I mean, you look like you're around 30.
Around there.
Okay.
Around there.
But a band Lifehouse, like people your age, from my point of view, but I'm old. It seems like those guys had a couple of hits. People still know who they are.
They still know who they are.
Really?
When they hear that song, when they hear You and Me, when he plays it, they know who they are. That was
They
a
know
really
the
big
s-
song.
they know the song?
And then
Yeah.
they'll say, oh, that's Lifehouse. But Lifehouse was, part of my generation when I was growing up.
Right, but are they remembered though?
I think they were remembered more for people my age, which at certain places it's better to play than
Right.
others, because then when you see that crowd, you're like, all right, they're going to know what that song is, and then they'll be able to sing along to it.
Are you lying to me?
I'm not lying to you.
Really?
No, they get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the trick a little bit is to focus on the song rather than the band. There's a lot of songs I know, and I can't remember who actually played it, but I love the song.
Right.
So the
Right.
Lifehouse song, I'll tell you where that came from, because that was pretty wild. I was coming back from L.A., and my wife and my son Ellie are sitting next to me. We're in the terminal, and I hear the song, and I'd heard it before coming through the speakers at the terminal, and I said, wow, I really like that song. I've heard that before. And I turned to Ellie and said, what is that? Who is that? And he says, well, you have that Shazam. Is it Shazam?
It's Shazam.
On your phone, right? And I said, I looked it up. And I found out what it was, You and Me by Lifehouse. So I went home and I learned it. And there's a good response to the song.
Oh, yeah?
Whether or not people know or care that it's Lifehouse, I don't know. But the job of a musician in a venue is to play stuff people will like and react to and enjoy. So I won't play a band for the sake of the fact that it's a band. I'll do it because there's recognition and there's excitement to the song.
Understood and
So that's
agreed,
where I
but
go,
it's still
yeah.
weird.
It's out there.
But you play all these other songs by these classic bands, and then you throw that one in.
Throw 'em in.
It talking about it, you would think it doesn't fit, but if your audiences love it, that's all that matters.
Really
All
like
right.
it. They
We
can-
also recognize that while I will be 68 this month,
Oh wow.
she won't be.
Right.
And there's a
Not for a very, very, very
not
long
for
time.
That's
quite a
right.
while. I have 4 kids older than her.
I've got 30 years.
Well, happy
But-
birthday, by the way.
Thank you. And I want to be able to. It makes sense to appeal to a crowd that she relates to as well, and even the people my age or roughly around there. Matchbox 20, they know 3 a.m.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
I mean,
Yes.
so that stuff is there.
Right.
But and I make the little joke. Yeah, okay, we're gonna bring it into this century and
Right.
move along, and it gives me a little bit of stuff to say. So.
But he also does Foo Fighters too. I mean, he does
Oh,
Learn
okay.
to Fly. So
Very
then there's that one too,
nice.
and everybody really likes that.
Yeah, that's a great
It's
tune.
always a great tune.
Now, so was it weird for you or to learn a lot of these classic songs, or you knew them already?
I already knew them.
You did.
I grew up listening to this music with my dad.
Oh, yeah?
Every day. I would get into the car and he would have America, You Could Do Magic blasting,
Yeah.
or Yes, I've Seen All Good People. And I
Nice.
remember that so clearly. And like that was the music I grew up with.
Nice.
And everyone's like, why do you listen to that? Or all my friends, why are you listening to that music? It's so slow. It's not exciting. I was like, it's so exciting.
Have you been able to convert any of your friends to any of them? Like, yeah, all right, that's exciting.
Yeah, my best friend Jen, she comes to the Lantern a lot of the times with her brother and her family, and they are really into it. So
Nice.
that's always encouraging.
And that was all you're doing?
That was my doing.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's into that techno music. I had to pull her out a little.
Who came up with the name of the band?
My daughter Meira.
I'm sorry, what's the name?
Meira.
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 I've never heard that name. Okay, very nice.
She was named for my grandfather.
Okay.
At any rate, I was trying to come up with a name that wasn't the David Lamm Band. I wanted something a little bit more generic, but something that spoke to what we do.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, "Got you covered." I said, "That's it."
Yeah.
And there we go.
If you go on the internet, different parts of the country, there's other Got You Covered bands. Do you ever get confused? Do people think they're hiring a different one?
No, you're not. I haven't seen any on the East Coast. I know
the closest I saw was Virginia. Was the closest one I saw.
Yeah. Haven't seen that one. Some guy. There was somebody that posted on our page saying, "Yeah, I looked up Got You Covered and I found these guys." And he sent me a video of it. That was about 3 years old and about 3,000 miles away. And I said, "Okay, I'm not worried."
Yeah,
but
right.
So far,
We've been good.
that's pretty much it. So
okay.
And
It's a
little
great
by
name.
little, thank you. Little by little, our name is getting out there by virtue of the fact that I don't play Friday nights or most Saturday nights.
Right.
I can't get the crowd and the following that I would if I was there on the weekends. But little by little, that's starting to grow, and we're
Sure.
happy about that.
Excellent. Now, all right. So now explain this. There's rotating bands because you guys, you go anywhere from a 6-piece to a solo act. How does that work?
All right, I'm not crazy about doing solos. I've done them for a long time, but if I have an opportunity to at least go to a duo, there's the win. No doubt about it. And I've done duos with Stu, also Stu Waters, amazing keyboard player and a wonderful singer. But if I can play with a larger band, I like it. I think my preferred size is either 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Jamie Betty is our drummer, and she's extremely talented. So it's generally when we do libraries, we'll do 4 or 5. Sometimes if there's enough money in it, I don't want to have somebody come out for less than $100, and that number is the bane of every musician on the planet,
Right.
because that number hasn't changed since the 70s.
Right.
So I'm not going to go there, but I want to make it worthwhile. So if I can get enough money for a gig and I can do that, then I'll go with 6. But most often, we're duos and trios.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's what I was going to ask. How you decide the size of the band? So is that the main factor? How much you're getting paid? Can you afford to pay everybody?
That's a part of it.
Yeah.
Also, space.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
I mean, we've played the Rabbit's Foot a number of times.
Yep.
I can't if I'm playing in that corner, which it's a beautiful place, it's real nice.
Sure, but it is
that
small.
corner is
Oh, yeah.
tight to
Right.
get
Right.
into.
Right.
We're going to be at Fatfish on the Water on Sunday. The comfortable space is for 3, so we're playing
Right.
a trio over there. So I have to keep that in mind. I don't want to cramp us. I'd like everybody being visible. Actually, that was an interesting thing. We played a show in Lindenhurst on one of the showmobiles, big stage and stuff like that for the Lindenhurst Library. And there was some videos that were taken, and one of the comments was, "How come the drummer is sitting behind the guitar player and his amplifier, and you can't even see him?" And I apologized online. How often do you see that? I apologized online. I said, "You know what? I wasn't mindful, but I try to make sure that everybody has their face out there and can be
Sure.
recognized.
Right.
And if they sing, that everybody gets a chance to sing quite a bit, because we're a band. It's not David Lamm and Got You Covered, because it's, if anything, it should be Danielle and Got You Covered.
Yeah, instead of Danielle, Gatto?
Gatto.
It should be Danielle Gotcha.
Danielle Gotcha?
Sorry.
Ooh, okay.
Danielle Gotcha covered?
I have to change the sign.
Do you get a lot of people that will actually say, "Well, no, I want the full band," or then that's fine, but you're paying for it, right?
The private gigs generally go that way. We play at a lot of over 55 communities, because our music, they'll know all of that stuff.
Yeah,
And
sure.
very often we'll play
Except the
with 5 or 6.
Lifehouse. I'm kidding.
Well,
the Lifehouse.
sometimes we'll do that
I'm
anyway,
joking.
but I usually
Who is
play what
that?
they want to hear. That's
Right.
the trick, right? Libraries will play with at least 4.
Okay.
Most
You
often
must have
5
to
or
know a
6.
lot of songs, because there's certain things that you can't do by, say, with a duo compared to the whole band. So you have to have a few hours worth of material for a duo than
yeah.
a few hours of material for the full band. So you must be like a library of music here,
How many
like
songs
this
do we
guy.
know? How many songs do you think we have around?
My master list has about 500-600.
Okay.
Wow.
And we each have our own list too. So if you add somebody, they already have their songs that they know that they're going to play.
Right.
Which makes
Okay.
it easier that
Yeah.
way.
That's
Also,
a lot,
when
man.
we play, specifically at the Land of Its Place, I play a lot. I don't use a set list.
Yeah, we kind of just.
I have a list that says Danielle and all her songs. A list of Stu has all his songs. A list by artist, a list by individual, and we rotate. And I said, "What do you want to sing next?" And we just share the stage all night.
But even that's got to be a little confusing too, keeping track of who, I mean, you have to look at the list to see who
down
knows
the
what.
line.
Yeah.
Right down the line. We'll be like, Stu, what do you want to play? Dave, what are you going to play? And then someone will come up and say, hey, can you play that song? We'll be like, you know what? Fine. And we have done so many first-time songs at the Lantern.
All right, that was my next question
It's
then, yeah.
amazing. And it's
How many times has it come up with a song that you, have there been a time where you're like, I've never heard of that song before?
yeah, absolutely. There
So
has.
what, you just step back while the rest of the band plays, or do you just,
It happens almost
and you'll try and do it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Why not?
hilarious.
It's the harmony, right? So if you can hear the chorus and they sing it
Right.
first, then I could just come in and
Oh,
fill right in.
right, but not, so you're not singing lead
Not,
on that.
no,
Oh,
no,
okay.
not all the time, no.
No,
No,
so-
those are mostly older songs. I think that they.
See, I would do that on purpose. I would pick a
Of course
song you
would.
don't know to make you
You seem
just.
like you would do that. So I'll see you at the Lantern on Wednesday then.
The owner at the Lantern tries to stump us.
All the time.
Well, I stump everybody because I have a well, I'll put you on the spot now. You guys were talking before we went on the air about learning the way you make me feel.
Yeah.
Go ahead, try it.
I don't know the words.
She said she knows it.
You know what?
She said Danielle said she knows the words.
I have to pull the words up.
D.
So yeah, give us the story behind this.
Oh, I was telling that the Michael Jackson documentary, This Is It, which was right before he passed. It was working on a new tour that never happened. But the song "The Way You Make Me Feel" is very fast and upbeat on the famous version.
Right, great song.
But in this concert, he was going to slow it down first and then bring it up again. And the slow down version was a whole different feel to it. The regular version is
right.
This one he wanted to like jazz it down. Whole different feel to it. And he sang along to that. So I was telling them that, and they're like, "Ooh, I like that idea." So,
you guys all right with giving it a shot just for the hell of it?
Let's try it.
She looks like she's gonna kill me. I'm just.
No, you know what? Let's do it. What's the
At-
worst that could happen?
At least once a week. That's how we build our repertoire.
Right.
We don't have
exactly.
time for rehearsals.
Sure.
So, if we like the song at a gig, we just say, okay, learn this for the next gig.
Cool.
Frank, start it off.
oh yeah, right.
Hey, pretty baby with the high heels on, you give me fever like I've never ever known. You're just a product of a loveliness. I like the groove of your walk, your talk, your dress. I feel your fever from miles around. Now pick you up in my car and we'll pay the town. So kiss me, baby, and tell me twice that you're the one for me. The way you make me feel, you really turn me good. You knock me off of my feet now, baby. My lonely days are gone. Ooh. I like this feeling you're giving me. Just hold me, baby, and I'm in ecstasy. Oh, I'll be working from 9 till 5 to buy you things just to keep you by my side. I never felt so in love before. Just promise, baby, you'll love me for I'm keeping you satisfied. 'Cause you're the one for me, the way you make me feel. You really turn me on. You knock me off of my feet now, baby. My lonely days are gone, yeah. Never felt so in love before. Promise, baby, you'll love me forevermore. I swear I'm keeping you satisfied. 'Cause you're the one for me, the way you're making me feel. You really turn me on. You knock me off of my feet now, baby. My lonely days are gone. The way you're making me feel. You really turn me on. You knock me off of my feet now, baby. My lonely days are gone.
Well done. That was great.
Boom.
Okay, have it ready for
Oh
Sunday.
my gosh, we have a new song. See how quickly that happened?
Holy crap.
Every time, and we just add it to the list, and now we're
And
overflowing.
And I'm taking full credit for it.
Yeah, you can take
Good
it,
for
man.
you.
Yeah.
Take for that.
Yeah, Frank Koforis says, seriously, this song should be played slowly all the time. So much better. Very bluesy. Great job.
I agree.
Yeah, nice
John
job.
Rusiello, love to see Frank playing his guitar. This gal is fabulous.
Thank you so much.
You can tell he's 70 years old. This gal.
Guys,
And
gals,
from the Midwest.
When she's in trouble, I call the Flatfoot.
Nice.
Now, Alan Lamb wants to know what's your current favorite song to play. Is that one of your sons?
That is my oldest son.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Alan.
Hey, Ellie.
He wants to know what's your current favorite song to play.
Gosh, I'm not sure I can actually know how to answer that because there's a lot of
So
tunes I love.
many.
I mean, there's a bunch of James Taylor I can throw out there, but I love "Shower the People." There's so many songs going through. I love one for this, and I love one for that, and I. So
What's
on
your
and so
favorite
forth.
song to, as far as playing a guitar solo? How about that?
Oddly enough, I'm not a solo player. I'm more of a rhythm player. But,
Shut that one down.
Yeah, what can I do? I like Dance With Me. You mentioned Yes, so we do.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen All Good People.
That was one that we pulled out.
That's
Somebody
always
said they
fun.
wanted to hear.
Nice.
And we just did it.
Some of those.
Driving My Life Away.
Driving
we
My Life
do
Away is
really
a nice
well.
tune.
Okay.
What was the one, Frank? You and I did this. A compilation thing during.
Oh, I am so sorry. I
My
apologize.
time is
It must
up.
be time for me to
Thank
get
you.
up.
Is this when you normally wake up?
Apparently on my days off, I sleep really late.
Wow.
And goodbye.
Well, you're playing till 1 a.m., so yeah.
Oh, that's great. Oh my god.
What was that song we did?
What were you
Was
saying?
it- was-
Compilation?
The compilation. We did a Dan Fogelberg tune. Leader of the Band.
the Band.
Love that one.
Oh, that's such a good song.
We've attempted Sweet Judy Blue Eyes.
Yeah. I can play it, and we can get by with 2 or 3 harmonies, but you need 7 more.
Yeah.
Yep. Wow.
We love doing. Oh gosh.
You're also a fan of Guinevere, aren't you?
Yeah, you mentioned that earlier.
I love
before we
that.
went on
I
the air.
love that. Yeah,
one of my favorite
I
songs.
don't play it for a while, and then I gotta relearn it for about 10 minutes, and then retune the guitar.
I tried
'Cause,
tuning.
I got a bunch of guitars at home, and should I sell them? And no, because one is tuned to this Stephen Stills song, one's tuned to that David Crosby song, one's to D tune,
Right.
and so it just.
Yeah, I don't play, and I don't know much about it, but from what I've seen, yeah, Crosby has like all this weird tuning that like nobody else does, right? Yeah.
Well, he's using Dad Gad a lot. Yeah, that's weird.
Dad Gad.
But
they all do it. Sweet Judy Blue Eyes is played from the high string E B E E E E. That's how you tune it. Unless you want to play by yourself, you want to get some of the bass notes. That's E B E E B E. Because nobody else is. There's only one other song that I know of that's played like that, and that's also a Stephen Stills song. 4 and 20 is played with that tuning. So I run them together because you can't let it go. So
I might ask you to play that before this show is over.
Got to retune my guitar.
Oh, well, that's right. Never mind. I won't put you on the spot like that then.
Oh, no, I can do it. I just got to retune
it. See, we still have a half hour. Okay. You mentioned before, you know, about the difference between tribute bands and just a cover band. Has the whole tribute band thing kind of, does that affected you guys at all as far as getting gigs? Or it's just two separate worlds?
I think so. There's a crazy amount of tribute bands out there, and multiples on. How many Fleetwood Mac bands are there? All of them.
Yeah, there's a bunch that I know of.
But there's Stones bands and so on and so forth, and they sound great. But we don't bump into each other really because with the library bands, they're not looking for anything specific. They want to make their people happy. Right. The average age crowd at a library show will be 50s, 60s north,
So are you stalking? Like you go to the libraries, to other library bands? I never even heard that term, library bands. So you go hey, this is my library. You stay the fuck out of here.
I haven't tried that yet.
Maybe we should.
Okay, you're coming with me.
Don't worry, I got it.
Just in the back.
You play this library, I get a little taste.
This is our turf.
I think we've played probably 25 individual libraries around.
Wow.
And a lot of people are playing the same libraries because they have I think they do once a month they do a show or something like that.
Yeah, right.
And they have a lot of other different activities, but we've never really bumped into any issues. And venues like restaurants, bars, they're not specifically looking for tribute bands. They're looking for. In fact, they want a variety because their crowd is going to want a variety.
Well, yeah,
you're
you never
right.
know
You're
what
right
they're
about
going to look
that.
for.
Cover band.
In fact, at some point we went from James Taylor to James Taylor and Friends because I wanted to make sure that people come into a library. We'll do about half of James Taylor and then everybody he played with, which is just about everybody.
Right.
He played with the Eagles. He played with Elton John. He
played with Linda.
So I get a chance to do that, and a number of other bands have done exactly the same things.
Right.
Do you guys have your own originals, and do you work them in at all? No?
The last original tune I wrote, I know you have.
I have a handful of originals, but no, we don't really.
Okay.
Mostly instrumental and not really all fleshed out. It's never really piqued my interest terribly much. Some of it was been in Hebrew. Actually, 90% of the music I know is not in English. So,
Oh wow!
From years ago, from doing all that, all the stuff.
So you have some songs written, but have you ever played them out? Do you have any plans?
I have
or
plans.
was it just a hobby
That's
thing?
the goal in life. Is
to get your originals out there?
Original and have a good album, and eventually I have to finish them. I don't play the guitar. My friend here does. So one day we're gonna sit down and we're gonna finish these originals.
Nice.
But
cool.
Yeah, I have. So you know what? I like to write poems and turn them into songs. And there's so much of it that I gotta organize it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Get it done, and then you come back and we'll play some for us. We'd love to
I
hear
would
that.
love to.
There's a goal.
There you go.
Very nice. Let me hear some favorite or memorable. I ask pretty much all the musical guests, actually all the guests, memorable gigs. Maybe it was a bad gig, something funny happened, or maybe somebody famous jumped on
You're
stage.
already laughing, so go.
Yeah, you got one.
Story. How many years ago when we were playing at a beach bar out in Seacliff, right? That's in Seacliff.
Yes.
And I left work, I went home to get dressed, and I typed in the address of the place. Just the address, not the town.
Oh.
So instead of going to Seacliff, I wound up all the way in Brooklyn, and I called Dave, and I said, Dave, I can't find this place, and
Oh,
this
my
building right
goodness.
here is not around water, and I know this is supposed to be on a beach, so help me. He goes, Danielle, you're in Brooklyn, and I told you Seacliff.
Holy
And I was so
moly.
far away, and I called him. I was freaking out, and I was we
Yeah.
were still it was still kind of new a few years ago, and of course my anxiety kicks in, and I'm
Sure.
thinking, how the hell am I gonna freaking make it all the way back there
Right.
to play? I was an hour late, and I called my father. I was like, I don't know what to do. Who do I call? Who do I vent to? And obviously I made it, but man, when you just like are rushing, and I typed the address in, and I wound up
Holy
all the
moly.
way in Brooklyn by the water, but like just not,
Yeah.
Seacliff.
I'm
So.
sitting there thinking
Prospect
Seacliff is.
Park.
Prospect Park
Oh,
is where I
okay,
wound
sure.
up. Yeah.
Wow.
Man.
Because I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, Seacliff isn't close to anything, but then
Seacliff.
you went all the way to
I
Brooklyn.
went, son. I was so happy doing it. I'm sitting in the car listening to my music, and I can't wait to sing. Yeah.
Holy moly.
So that was a lot of fun.
I run a comedy troupe, and we travel all over the place. And I've been doing it. Well, I've had my own troupe for over 20 years, but doing dinner theater for almost 30.
Okay.
I've never had that. Thank goodness. I've had people lost, but maybe 15, 20 minutes away.
Oh
But
my God.
Brooklyn to Seacliff. How long did it take you to
It
get?
took me like 45 minutes to an hour. I think I missed the
yeah.
first hour of the
I was going to
show.
say it had to
Oh,
be at
yeah.
least an hour. Yeah.
I said, you could be mad at me now, but later on, can we laugh about it?
Right,
Okay.
please. Like as soon as I get there.
Like, as soon
We
as
laugh
I
a
get-
lot.
We laugh a lot. Yeah, whenever he says, did you get that? You heard where it was, right?
Right,
It's not in
yes.
Brooklyn.
How were you at the time though? Were you pissed, or you're like, screw it, the band will play?
No,
and
I can't get pissed at that. I was laughing myself silly.
you
I
dock
was-
or pay though, because the rest of the band is playing an
It
hour
was
longer.
just me and him.
No.
Oh, it's just the two of you.
Okay.
No, I was on my own the first
For
hour.
the first hour, I left him. I said, "This is it. He's never gonna want to play with me again. I'm just gonna not show up." And I was like, "No."
See, I'm on to you. This is a good plan.
Yeah.
He plays for an hour by himself, then all of a
Right.
sudden it's like the big entrance.
Look at that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest. Look who's here.
Absolutely.
Danielle Gatto, ladies and gentlemen.
Here she is.
Straight from Brooklyn.
That's right, exactly.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Oh man, yeah, that was a fun one. That was a fun day.
What was the gazebo gig we did together?
Oh gosh.
Where was that?
That was the Mary Jane Davies gig in Great Neck, actually. No, not Massapequa, but it's Great Neck for all intents and purposes.
Yeah, I played keyboard with them for that gazebo gig, and they had banners all around the gazebo, except for the middle where he's sitting.
Yeah.
So I've seen videos of that since then, and all you see is everybody else just top their heads because the gazebo is being covered. The
Oh
banner.
my goodness. That was
You had a
fun.
short chair.
It's like a Muppet show or something.
Yeah, right.
Karen is standing up. She's over here. I'm over here. We're all on different heights.
And here's
Steve's
Frank.
over here, and then there's Frank.
So Alan is now asking, is there a venue on Long Island you haven't played yet that you would really like to perform at?
There's a few of them. Oddly enough, we were never in Farrell's. That was interesting, although that ain't happening anymore.
It's gone.
Yeah, gone.
But we haven't played the Warehouse. There's
Yes, that would be fun.
I'd love to
Sure.
be in the Paramount. That would be nice.
That
But,
too.
although we played at the Founders the
Oh,
Founders Room.
that counts.
And okay, so we did
Played
a,
at the Founders Room twice, right?
Yeah, 2 or
And-
3 times in the
and then
Spotlight a few times.
Spotlight, there was a George Thorogood show happening, obviously at the Paramount, so we did the little
pre-show.
pre-show.
Oh,
I
that's
like
cool.
to say we opened, but I can't say that because
I
we're
would-
not that cool yet. So
No, I would
pre-show
say
is
that.
pretty cool.
I would totally say that.
We opened
We
from a
opened
different
for
stage.
on a different stage with George
You're in the
Thorogood.
building.
And that was a lot of fun. That was so cool.
You've played the Founders Room, right?
Once, yeah.
That's a very interesting place.
The way that,
Yeah.
the decor in there is really
Absolutely.
wild.
There's something going on in that Founders Room. They got hidden doors.
Oh
and
yeah,
hidden
that's like a
rooms.
speakeasy going on there. You could see down into the floor. You could, it's a lot
Yeah.
of fun. It's very
And in the
interesting.
Spotlight, the bathroom. You ever been in the Spotlight?
Oh yeah, they have
Everything's upside down.
a faucet on the ceiling that comes down.
Everything upside down.
It's like upside down and double.
So when you're peeing, you better
You're not peeing
duck.
up.
Get out and wear an umbrella.
It's
Yeah.
coming back down on you. Yeah.
Right. Should be called the Golden Shower Room. What the hell? What does it
Maybe
mean?
you wanna
Everything's
tell them that.
the faucet. What?
There's a mirror. There's a mirrored faucet. There's actually a faucet in the ceiling.
That's called a shower.
They probably they duplicate everything that's on the floor on the ceiling. So there's another toilet above the toilet. There's another sink above the sink.
Comes
you
down.
walk in and you think,
You're
God, I
drunk.
never do heroin.
Yeah.
Or on acid somehow.
Right.
You're like, who slipped me that? Okay.
Yeah, really.
But
Wow.
yeah, some of those venues would be fun to do.
Sure. Is there a song that you'd like to work out that you've never done before?
Actually,
Well,
I'd
true.
love to complete Sweet Judy Blue Eyes. I absolutely love that song.
Oh, yeah, man.
But it takes a lot of work on the vocals.
Yeah.
And I would love to be able to. I want to be able to flesh out. I've seen All Good People completely.
Oh, yeah.
We're close, but we've never actually rehearsed it. I just did it on the spot
Yeah.
when somebody asked for it. I knew how to play a lot of it already, and Stu, being Stu, was
picks
able
it
to
up.
catch a lot of that. Some of those kinds of things. I like when we do songs that are surprising.
Including to you guys.
Surprise!
But do something that people are not expecting. That's kind of fun. So once in a while we'll look for stuff like that.
I should ask you that question, being that you come from a different generation of music. Is there something you'd like to see these guys do?
Oh, man.
Or you're
I really don't know, honestly. When it comes up, I'll be like, oh, yeah.
Right.
I really wanted to do that.
So you're
song.
just
I
happy
forgot.
showing up at a gig and just singing, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I
you're
love
cool,
singing.
man. I like that.
Man,
Yeah.
the biggest passion in the world. And
Nice.
it's so fun to do it with Dave and Stu. Like, it's just such a good time. And everybody's so happy and they're laughing, smiling at each other. Like, it's just like such a good vibe. It's
Very
a calm
nice.
vibe, you know?
That's cool. And I'm you guys keep mentioning Stu. And you have mentioned some of the other band members, but before I forget, I'd like to actually, you know what? I'll let you guys do it. Give us the names of the current band.
Okay, Stu Waters, who's played on the island forever, with lots of different people. In fact, when I went to see that Carpenters show to learn how Stu was playing with them, he still plays with them. The drummer is Jamie Betty. She's extremely talented. And she also played with the Carpenters. I made a deal with them and said if they get a library gig first, I will not take your people for another gig.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
just got to be nice about it.
Absolutely. Very supportive community.
And then Rob Raff,
Yeah.
who just retired this year, is a professor. Where is it? Was it City College? He's at? I'm trying to remember. Hunter, maybe it was. He's
Some
going to
college.
correct me if he's watching this. I'm in
Sorry,
trouble.
Rob. We do listen to you.
But he's a great. He plays electric guitar for us because I'm not an electric guitar player.
Yeah, he's very good.
Oh, okay.
And he's very good, and he plays harmonica. He's a good singer. And then we've got Elisa Sunshine.
Lisa Sunshine on bass.
Who's unbelievable. And she's been playing on Long Island all her life with big bands, wedding bands, everybody. She plays keyboard as well. She sings beautifully.
Sings a mean Carole King.
Nice.
So she's very talented. So I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all of us.
Right.
Yeah, that's it. Yes. You mentioned. I have all the names here. You got it. Yeah. Is there a band? Is there a song that? And I asked this with Carrie the other day. Are there songs that you feel you have to play but you'd rather not?
Neil Young, Neil Diamond.
Neil Diamond?
Oh, what was that song
You
again? I'm blocking it. I think.
That's funny because that's what Durant said on Friday.
Right.
He said Neil Diamond also.
He hates Sweet Caroline.
Sweet Caroline.
Oh, Sweet Caroline.
I don't hate the song. I guess I'm a purist because when people start singing, shouting in the middle, I like the pure song, but stuff that people keep asking. I have people asking, play Freebird, more as a joke. They don't want to hear it.
Right.
They just want to annoy who's ever up on stage.
Yeah.
That's fun.
That joke is so over. Like
but
that
boy.
joke stopped being funny 15 years ago.
Right.
Yeah,
At
you go
least,
along.
maybe even
I don't know
more.
if they got the memo then.
No, definitely not.
And then a brown-eyed girl, all those.
But
Right.
we
Yes.
do that.
Piano Man.
That will
Piano
play.
Man.
Piano Man, we've done
Stu
about
doesn't
3
really
times.
want to do it, but he does it well. And when
does.
people ask for it, we
He
do
does.
it.
Right.
With Sweet Caroline, I try to give him another Neil Diamond. His stuff is great.
So you mentioned the crowd, like so Sweet Caroline, like you hate when people do that. Is that what you're saying?
I don't hate any of it. It's just a little thing,
So Moni Moni, you must hate too, then.
We haven't done it.
I know that.
You're so young.
Yeah, right. Now, is there a band that you guys like? Name a famous band, a big band that you guys just don't like or don't get, Like I always tell people, Bon Jovi. I just never understood what people see in those guys.
I'm not a huge fan of Bon Jovi.
No, I
not
don't
really.
like them.
I do play. I play when I'm Dead or Alive because I happen to just enjoy singing it.
Yeah, and I do
know?
like that song. I can name maybe 5 at the most songs of theirs that I like.
Right.
But them, I'm like,
What do you not like?
I no band comes to mind that
Really?
I don't like. Their
No kidding.
styles I'm not crazy about. I'm not into disco. I'm not into rap. Those are not my things. There's no band that does it that I don't like.
Bee Gees.
The Bee Gees early stuff I like. The
Yes.
later stuff
You won't
I figure
do.
was a sellout, and I don't really do it. But it's a personal preference. If somebody came along and said, "Hey, can you do this song?" and we can do it,
Yeah.
we'll give it a
Of
try.
course.
Because again, our job
Absolutely
is not
right.
to please us; it's to please them.
Right,
So
right.
we try to keep our eye on the ball.
Yep, right. Okay, we have just a little under 15 minutes left. Let's. Can we get another tune?
Of course.
When we do the Taylor tune,
You want to do that? Okay.
sure.
How many times have you seen James Taylor in concert?
I've seen him 3 times.
Oh, that's it.
Three
Oh, okay.
times, yeah. The last one was at Tanglewood before COVID. He plays 4th of July there every year.
Right.
And
He lives right there too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and he doesn't disappoint. No, and what am I talking about? That was the second to last time. The last time was
You went
last
to the
summer.
beach at Jones Beach.
Last
didn't
summer
you?
at Jones Beach.
Oh,
you go.
I was there. That was the first time I ever saw him.
Hello.
It's a great show.
I was waving to you. You wouldn't wave back, you son of a bitch.
Was that you?
He was all the way up top. you
Oh,
know?
really?
Was that you? Damn, wow.
James was getting mad. Some guy kept yelling, Dave. He's like,
Frank,
I'm not
you
Dave,
want
I'm
to do the
James.
finger picking in the middle, or you want me to do it?
We can both do it if you want.
Sure. Let's see
Yeah,
how that
sure.
works. All right, this is Shower the People.
Go for it.
You can play the game and you can act out the part, though you know it wasn't written for you. Tell me, how can you stand there with your broken heart, ashamed, playing the fool? One thing can lead to another. It doesn't take any sacrifice. Oh, father and mother, and sister and brother, if it feels nice, don't think twice. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna work out fine if you only will. If you only will. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. You can run, but you cannot hide. This is widely known. Tell me what you plan to do with your foolish pride when you're all by yourself alone. Once you tell somebody the way that you feel, you can feel it beginning to ease. I think it's true what they say about that squeaky old wheel, always getting the grease. Better to shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna work out fine if you only will. What I'd like to do to you, shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. They say in every life, people you love with love. They say the rain must fall. Just like the pouring rain, make it rain. Show them the way that you feel. Make it rain. Love, 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 sunshine. Oh, yes, make it rain. Love, 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 sunshine. Oh, right. Everybody. Show them the way that you feel. Shower the people. Make it rain. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna work out fine if you only win.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Phew. Did you get a tune?
Keep going out of tune in the middle of the song. I'm like, come on.
Perfect song for today's world, too.
Yeah,
Yeah, really.
Yeah, well, that's that's a whole different show.
It's a Gretsch. That's cool.
You got this, right?
It was a gift for the studio for
Nice.
moments like this.
Nice. Who gave it to you?
Her name is Julie Carrion, and then but these I bought for our musical acts because you never know when this is
You
needed.
never know when you're going to need one of those.
That's right.
I forgot about that.
Well, we actually had a great show with those.
I saw that. You had two Billy Joel guys both playing Root Beer Rag on that.
So,
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Frank Kufora says he hates playing Sweet Caroline also. John Rusiello says that was an excellent rendition.
Thank you.
Very nice. All right, so we got just a few minutes left. One thing I like to do with all my guests, again, doing my research, I look at Facebook, and I look at mutual friends, and it's just a little fun that I have in here. I mentioned some mutual friends to you guys, and you guys can say whatever you want about them, good, bad, or you can just tell me to move on. It's putting you on the spot a little bit. So I'll start with David. The first name I have for you is Bob Spiato.
Bob Spiato is a friend. He actually manages the entertainment over at Country Point in Plainview, and he hired us twice to play out there. So, hey, Bob.
Great guy. Joe Winchell.
Joe Winchell. Oh, I met him through friends when I was younger. We never really hung out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just a big group of people.
He was
nice
a real
guy, though.
Oh, all right. I was going to say he was a real dick,
Real
right?
dick, yeah.
I'm kidding. Joe, love Joe.
It was
Love
nice.
Joe.
He was very nice. Very nice.
I know you know this one. Harry Friedman.
Harry Friedman. So Harry Friedman comes to my open mic occasionally. He is a doctor and a comedian, and I'm hoping he's doing the right thing in the right place. But he comes down to Amalfi occasionally, where Frank used to run the thing, and now I'm there. And by the way, they asked you to come back and visit.
I will.
So I'm saying that for Mike.
I will.
Sorry,
Mike.
might not be listening, but I will pass it along. But Harry comes down and he does acts. I'm not sure. I've never actually seen him anywhere but at the open mic. But he used to come to my open mic also at Creative Corner, and he comes in and he does a 10-minute show. Nice fella.
Yeah. Sherry Miller Goldberg.
Sherry.
Scene.
Wow, I'm sorry. Sometimes when you put me on the spot. Sherry. Just because it's Sherry and I love her.
Oh, she's the best.
She's amazing.
I think she's on everybody's
She's on everybody's
Yes,
feed. We're all
absolutely.
friends. She's like Tom from MySpace. She's just friends with everybody, which is a great thing.
Actually,
absolutely.
she's responsible for us getting
She
gigs
is.
at 2 different locations.
Yes. Yep.
So big shout
Oh,
out.
she's
Sherry.
great. Robin Gilbert.
Robin Gilbert, I've never actually met her in person. We've texted back and forth. At one point, Robin, she plays with Pac-Man and Robin. I understand
Right.
she also is an amazing dancer, but I've seen her videos.
Professional, yeah.
Yeah, really
Amazing.
talented.
And we had spoken a little bit after they stopped playing, and I wasn't sure whether or not they were going to continue. And she wanted to know, if we, she was looking for somebody to work with.
She was trying to bump Jamie out, wasn't she?
Yeah, there we go.
Yep.
Or Danielle, I'm not sure which, but we spoke. I said, well, I'm covered in that area, but if there's a need for a sub or something like that, maybe. But at that point. But she's, from what I understand, is a very nice person.
Yep. And that's it. That's all the names I had.
That's
so
okay.
All right.
No more friends?
Oh, that's all the friends we
What's
have.
that?
I have no more friends?
No more friends.
No,
Sherry, Joe, and
Damn!
That's right. And they just unfriended you just now.
Ouch.
I just pick a handful. That's
Love you all.
So, all right. So we got just a couple minutes left. Tell us some upcoming gigs and where they can find you, your social media stuff and all that good stuff.
Okay, well, we're on easiest place is Facebook. Got you covered. Just go on there because I post everything there. There's also Reverb Nation. We have a website in Reverb Nation called Got You Covered. And we have the list over there, plus a lot of videos. I try to update them. You can't update them fast enough. But we're every Wednesday, except for this coming Wednesday, we are at the Village Lantern from 6 to 9. I love that place.
Love it.
I can't eat anything but French
Shout out
fries.
to Tom on that one.
Not kosher. But the people are, it's just
amazing.
a wonderful place to play.
It feels
And
like
the
home.
owner's really nice.
Nice.
And we're also there on a lot of Sundays. We are going to be at Fatfish 4 more times this summer, I think. And that's a lot of fun. We've got a number of private gigs. We just did a bunch of libraries. But if you go on the Gotcha Covered page, you'll find pretty much everything that we do. Okay. I try to list the monthly at the top of our list, pinned to the top of the list, and then weekly next to it so people can see what's going on during the week. But we're averaging
4 shows a week?
3 to 4 shows a week.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Amazing.
Yeah,
We just keep
really.
going. That's why I said this Wednesday I'm going to be
We
lost.
we're at Picaro occasionally, places like that.
Yeah.
So it's,
Wow.
Absolutely.
You guys
a
are
lot of
busy.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Thank
great.
goodness.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
Good for you.
I'm very, very thankful
Yeah, me
for
too.
it. You know.
Now, let me go back to probably the most important thing you said this whole time. French fries.
Yeah.
But and I honestly have no idea how this works. That's why I'm asking. So, because French fries aren't kosher, so how can you?
If they're depending on the oil that they're French fries are potatoes,
Right.
so it's not a problem depending on the oil that it is fried in. So if you eat kosher and if they're using lard, I'm out of it.
Okay.
But if they're using pure vegetable oil, I can eat it as long as nothing else is fried in there.
Oh, so and again, I just don't know.
Yeah,
That's
I go
what-
look in the kitchens,
So okay.
and then they kick me out.
But then I'm just understand. So you can eat vegetables if they're not, even if they're not kosher. Just a vegetable is okay.
A raw vegetable is not a problem. I can walk into any supermarket.
I didn't know that.
Have any fruit, any vegetable, no problem.
Okay.
The only issues really are there's plenty of issues, but I think that's probably why I'm not out to here.
Yeah, right.
This is bad enough.
Who has the best French fries?
Oh God.
You're going to make some people jealous.
I like the
Like the
lanterns,
lantern.
but Picaro's has real good ones
They do
too.
have
Are
good
they? What are
fries.
they? They're thick steak
Like
fries.
the truffle
The
fries.
truffle
Come
fries.
on.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
That's your personal favorite truffle fries?
No, actually, just the plain with ketchup. Gotta have ketchup. So.
Yeah, but I mean, but truffles or shoestring steak fry. Like, what kind of fry is your favorite? These are important questions.
Just the
very
standard
important
fries.
Just
the
standard fries.
fry.
Yeah.
Like the McDonald's fry.
That's shoestring.
Well, see,
Come on.
that's thinner. See,
I like
Right,
those.
that's-
Got it? Okay. See,
Those
I
are the
like the
best.
slightly thicker
So you
ones.
like Wendy's
Oh,
fry.
okay.
I've never eaten at Wendy's. I don't know.
Oh wow. I think the McDonald's fries, they must have cocaine in them.
must.
They're
They're
like
like
the
crack.
best thing ever.
I know.
McDonald's
extra
fries.
large, just never enough.
No, I'm with you. I'm a big fry guy too. I can eat fries all day long, and yeah, in fact, they
yeah.
did that to me once in here. We had doing one of the shows. They had a tray, and there was 10 different piles, all different fries, and
All
I had
for you.
I had to guess where they were from.
Oh, seriously?
I got 9 out of 10.
Are you serious?
you.
Yep. That's
You know your fries.
That's a serious love.
yeah. It's strange, and stupid. Okay, so all right, so we're done. We're out of here.
Right.
Got you covered.
This was so fun.
Go find them. Go see them. They're great. You don't sit in currently? You're not doing anything?
No, not lately. But
I asked him when he showed up one time, but
Everybody seems to be asking him, but he's
I'm getting there. Slowly.
he's been saying that for 2 years.
it's okay.
I'm
The
getting
invitation is wide open.
Always.
Thank you.
Just make a phone call. Say, hey, I know where you're playing. Can I sit in? The answer is yes. Don't even make a phone call.
Well, my hands are cooperating more now, so I'll
Well, sounds
be able to get there.
Good hands.
David Lamm, Danielle Gatto, Frank, and me. And thank you guys. This was a
Thank
lot of
you.
fun.
It was
Thanks for
fun.
hanging out today.
It was
Thanks
awesome.
for, we finally got you in. Thank you guys for putting up with us, all these tech issues that we've been having for a few weeks. I don't know when it's going to be fixed, so I appreciate your patience. I've been told it could be anywhere from now through the end of July, so I appreciate your patience. I appreciate you guys putting up with us. So today is Monday. What do we got? There is no Treading Water podcast is not happening this afternoon. You do have Steve Squared this evening at 6:30, and I don't know if Tom Sanfilippo was doing his show tonight or not. Probably not, because I would have heard from him. But if it's happening, I'll let you know. And then we're back here tomorrow. Diane Fogarty returns tomorrow. She's a great singer. You guys know her?
I've heard her.
Oh, she's fantastic. She's here tomorrow for Tuesday Trivia with me at 11. Of course, Coffee with the Dog tomorrow morning at 9. Hershey and the Geek. Excuse me. Hershey and the Keegs returns tomorrow night at 9.
Geek.
Yeah, Freudian slip. And don't forget Governor's Comedy Clubs. Some of the comedians you'll see on the Governor's stage this coming week and weekend: Anthony Rodia, Colin Tyrell, Terry McNeely, Rob White, Greg Pfeiffer, Andy Plajanos, Tom Eshelman, Roy George, and Joe DeVito. Go to govs.com and make your reservations. There's some great comedy shows. And, of course, don't forget Knock 'em Dead Comedy. We are producing a show July 19th in the Giggle Room. Mike Pacetti and Irene Bremis, Tony Landolfi, Greg and Rob. It's going to be a fun show. We're doing a show October 5th with Claudia Sherman. And don't forget, we're doing a murder mystery at the Brokerage in Belmore September 27th. September 28th, we'll be here in the Giggle Room doing our Triple X Trivia. And December 21st, we're doing a murder mystery at McGuire's. So we got a lot going on.
All right.
Govs.com, knockemdeadcomedy.com, and that's it. We're done. Thanks again, guys. A lot of fun.
You.
Thank
See you
you.
guys later.